It can be tricky to read between the lines, especially when it comes to flirting. If you've ever thought an older woman might be showing interest, but you weren't certain, this video is for you. Today, we're diving into the subtle flirting signs from older women that men often miss. Stay tuned to find out if she's been dropping hints you didn't see. Oh, and the bonus tip at the end of this video can really change the game for you, so make sure you don't miss it. Okay, let's get started. 1. Playful teasing and humor. This approach allows them to express interest without being too forward, making the interaction light and engaging. When an older woman teases you about a small quirk or jokes around with you, it might not be just casual banter. She's testing the waters to see how you respond to her sense of humor and personality. This style of communication is about comfort and building a connection. It's subtle. A raised eyebrow here, a clever joke there, all designed to see how well you keep up and reciprocate. This method is especially effective because it breaks down barriers, making you feel more at ease and less on the spot than more direct approaches might. Take note of these moments. Does she make witty remarks about the context you both share? Does she playfully challenge you in ways that prompt a smile or laugh? These are all clues that she's not just being friendly, but is genuinely interested in seeing where the interaction can lead. So, next time you find yourself in a conversation with an older woman who seems to be joking more than usual, take a moment to consider that she might be flirting with you. Responding in kind with humor and light teasing can create a dynamic interaction, opening the door for more profound connections. 2. Frequent touches. Touch is a powerful indicator of flirting, and it's a method older women might use subtly. A light touch on the arm, a gentle pat on the shoulder, or an accidental brush. These are all ways an older woman might try to show interest. These gestures are often gentle and fleeting, easy to miss if you're not paying attention, but they are intentional. If an older woman touches your arm while laughing at a joke or finds reasons to make contact during a conversation, she's likely trying to connect with you on a more personal level. This kind of touch sets the stage for more intimate interactions, signaling that she's comfortable with you and possibly interested in more than just a casual chat. Understanding these cues can give you insight into her feelings. If you notice a pattern where she seems to find reasons to touch you lightly and often, it's a sign she might be flirting. Reciprocating with similar respectful touches can show your interest and comfort with the progression of your dynamic. 3. Nonverbal cues. These are subtle, yet powerful indicators of interest that older women might use when flirting. Prolonged eye contact, for instance, is a classic sign. If she holds your gaze longer than usual during a conversation, it's often more than casual interest. This extended eye contact can create a connection, signaling that she is focused on you and what you're saying. Mirroring body language is another telltale sign. If an older woman mirrors your actions, like taking a sip of her drink right after you, crossing her legs when you cross yours, or leaning in while you're talking, it indicates a subconscious alignment with your actions, a psychological sign of attraction. Subtle changes in posture can also speak volumes. If she sits up straighter when you approach, or turns her body to face you even when engaged in a group setting, she is likely showing that she is open to interaction with you. These adjustments in her posture are not just about comfort. They're about making herself more presentable and engaged in the interaction with you. 4. Vocal changes. An older woman may alter her tone when speaking to you, adopting a softer, more intimate voice. This shift in her vocal style isn't just casual. It's a deliberate choice meant to draw you closer and create a more private atmosphere between you two. When she lowers her voice, it's often an invitation for you to lean in, physically closing the distance. This not only facilitates a more personal space, but also enhances the sense of intimacy during the conversation. It's about making the interaction more personal and less about casual chit-chat. A softening of her voice can signal trust and comfort. She's showing that she feels secure enough around you to drop the more public-facing persona and engage on a more genuine, personal level. This vocal change is also a subtle cue to listen more closely, which can be very compelling. Be attentive to these changes when you're interacting with an older woman. If you notice her voice becoming softer and more melodious, consider it a sign that she might be trying to forge a deeper, more meaningful connection with you. 5. Sharing personal stories. This kind of sharing is a significant sign of trust and an attempt to build intimacy with you. Personal anecdotes or details about her life experiences aren't typically shared with just anyone. If she chooses to tell you about her challenges, achievements, or intimate life details, she's not only trusting you with her stories, but also inviting you into a more personal space. This act of sharing serves several purposes. First, it shows that she values your opinion and views you as someone who can understand her experiences. Second, it helps to create a deeper emotional connection, which is essential in any meaningful relationship. The stories might come up naturally in conversation, or she might bring them up purposefully, all with the intent to let you see her in a more comprehensive light. When you find yourself in such situations, listen actively. Showing genuine interest and responding empathetically not only acknowledges her trust but also encourages further sharing. It's an opportunity for you to understand her better and gauge the depth of her interest in you. These are key opportunities to deepen your connection. If an older woman shares her life stories with you, consider how you can reciprocate this level of openness to maintain the mutual trust and deepen the bond between you. 6. Dressing to impress. Changes in dress style from an older woman can be a subtle form of flirting, particularly when these changes involve more sophisticated or flattering outfits. If you observe that she often chooses attire that highlights her features or opts for a style that seems tailored to catch your eye whenever you meet, this is not a mere coincidence. It's a deliberate choice aimed at attracting your attention. This type of nonverbal cue is about presentation and making an impression. It shows that she puts thought into how she appears when around you, suggesting that she values your perception of her. Dressing impressively can be her way of communicating interest without saying a word, leveraging her appearance to express attraction. When you notice this, consider the context and consistency of such changes. Is she dressing up more than usual only when you're expected to meet? Does her style shift towards something that might appeal specifically to you? These are clues that her dressing efforts are directed towards you. Respond to this effort by complimenting her style or simply noting that you appreciate the way she looks, which can reinforce her decision to dress up and keep the flirtatious dynamic alive. Bonus tip: recognition and reciprocity. Recognition and reciprocity are crucial in determining her interest and how far she might be willing to go in her interactions with you. When you notice and acknowledge the subtle flirting signs, an attentive compliment on her dressing style, a smile at her teasing jokes, or a reciprocal touch, watch how she responds. A positive reaction, such as a bright smile, a laugh, or an even more engaging gesture, indicates that she appreciates your attentiveness and is likely interested in escalating the flirtation. This feedback loop is essential as it not only confirms her interest, but also encourages her to make more overt advances, feeling assured that her affections are welcomed and reciprocated. On the other hand, if she seems to pull back or appears uncomfortable, it's a sign to recalibrate your approach. Remember, effective communication in such dynamics relies heavily on being attuned to her responses and respecting her comfort levels. So next time you're interacting with an older woman who seems to be sending those subtle signals, take a step to acknowledge what you're noticing. Your recognition of her efforts not only validates her actions, but also opens the door for clearer and more direct interactions moving forward. Now you know the subtle signs of flirting. What's next? I recommend our video on creating sexual tension with an older woman, or perhaps discover what you need to stop doing. Thank you for watching. Please leave us a comment below with your thoughts on today's video. We love to hear from you.